Hello and welcome to the We Should Move Here Travels podcast. My name is Brittany
I'm Josh.
and we are your hosts. Literally every time you giggle.
It's just so fun. And now that the fact that we are recording our 30th episode,
It's wild to believe that there are 30 episodes of this out there.
I know.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah. It's so cool, though. I'm enjoying it immensely.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, even if we've talked about doing this for a year,
Mhm.
even if the year is up and we're like, we need to go back to work, we need to figure out something for finances, and the podcast doesn't make any money, I still think we do this.
Oh, for sure. It is now, and it would continue to be a passion project for me, and I think for us, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There might be less episodes that we do because time,
Right.
but I mean, I still consider doing this, even if we were working a lot. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, we have people all over the world that listen to us. And because we're recording our 30th episode, I thought I would read off all the countries that have tuned in for episodes.
Oh my gosh. I don't even think I've heard this in maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear all of the countries.
So there are 19 total countries
Oh my God.
who have tuned into episodes. So the United States, of course, and then the rest of them are the United Kingdom, Finland, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Germany, Australia, Ireland, Lithuania, France, Brazil, Singapore, Belgium, Spain, Israel, Mexico, Russia, the Dominican Republic, and Sweden.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they have all tuned in to at least one episode and downloaded it and listened to it to a sufficient amount that it gets counted towards our stats.
That is so wild.
Yeah. So
That is so many countries.
it is. Of course, there are people all over the world who just want to travel and listening to us for travel. And then there are plenty of people all over the world that are looking to move somewhere else as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Wow.
mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really cool. 19 total countries, over 140 total cities have tuned in.
Whoa. For the first 6 months of this project, that is a success. I think we can mark that as a success in our book. And it's hard to believe with all of that engagement that this is not going to be more successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting that out there into the universe and it'll be what it'll be. But I'm manifesting.
I'm right there with you, and I totally agree.
Well, happy 30th episode to you.
Happy 30th episode to you.
That's so exciting. I know a couple episodes ago I had said that we should chug a Guinness for our 30th episode. I will have to say that I don't want to do that. So we're not going to do that.
We'll take a sip of our coffees. How about
Yeah, we're doing this in the morning, which is kind of special because we get to have coffee and do the pod.
So for our 30th episode, we are talking about County Donegal, and the city that we stayed in was Teelin. Now, we did have to make the long drive from Lara in County Wicklow to Donegal.
Yeah, what was it, like 4 or 5 hours?
I think our moving time on Google was over 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a shorter drive, but because it was the first long trek for us across Ireland from southeast to northwest,
Yeah.
I was taking it slow.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And we had made a couple of different stops along the way as well.
Mhm.
Like we stopped in Shankill for coffee and we stopped at Bart's Coffee, which is the cutest little coffee stop. It's just like a window on the sidewalk
Mhm.
outside of it, what appears to be a restaurant.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was one of the best coffees we had in Ireland. So definitely recommend stopping there if you're in Shankill. And then we stopped in Donegal for lunch at the harbor and had an amazing lunch. The salmon that we got, it was an herb-crusted salmon with white wine sauce and mashed potatoes. Ugh, it was so good. We also got the pasta
Mhm.
I think it was called the Harbor Pasta, and it had a tomato sauce and Parmesan crusted chicken. This food was insane. It was so good. I loved it. Every bite was so delicious. This one had the best reviews, and I think I also saw it on social media when I was researching or
Oh,
looking it
okay.
up. So, yeah. And then we got the brownie and ice cream. We got brownies a lot on this trip, and this I think was the best one. So good.
This was very good. Yeah. I also have to mention on this drive, we did end up going through a breathalyzer checkpoint.
Yeah.
Where-
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I was freaked out.
I know. We were pulling up and two police cars sitting there. I thought for sure we had made a wrong turn and we're in North Ireland. I was like, oh, we are not registered to go to North Ireland. He's like, oh no, just get a breathalyzer. And that was just a fun experience. They gave me the little breathalyzer test tube. He's like, here's a souvenir from your trip. So
Yeah. I mean, he was so nice, the guy who did it. Yeah.
so nice. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun drive, great lunch. I didn't realize that you had looked that up. I thought it was just on a whim, like, oh, let's go here.
No, I definitely looked into it. Yeah. It would have been cooler if it was on a whim, but no, I looked into it.
And we got to see the sunset
We did.
right there.
That was the most beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
I think the most beautiful sunset we've ever seen. Oh, it was so gorgeous.
Stunning. And then from there, we drove the rest of the way to Teelin.
Yeah. And we did have to drive. Well, I say we. You did have to drive.
It's a team sport. We had to drive.
But you had to drive in the dark for the first time going into Teelin. It wasn't too much in the dark. It was maybe like the last 20 minutes of our drive.
But those last 20 minutes were rough.
It was kind of scary not knowing what is on the edge of the road,
Mm-hmm.
but probably it's a cliff, you know?
And it was. We didn't know it at the time because it was too dark to even see
Yeah,
what was past the edge of the road, but it was a cliff.
it was for sure a cliff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, the whole 20
Mhm.
minutes of the dark drive was a cliff.
And they were such sharp, windy turns
Yeah.
because it was on the cliff. It was on the edge. So it was going along with the rock edge.
Yeah, I mean, we survived. You are an incredible driver, so I give you props. So many props. I don't know that I could have done it. I think I would have had a panic attack and not survived that. So
Again,
thank you for driving.
of course. But again, it's a team sport. If I was a solo traveler driving by myself, that'd be crazy. Even though we had satellite navigation on the car and it was easy enough to quickly look over, you don't want to do that when you're driving in Ireland. You don't want to take your eyes off the road for a second because there's constantly sheep popping out, sika, deer, other cars. No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
On these very small roads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The solo travelers who drive, brave souls. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that 20-minute drive got to Teelin, and we were staying at the Rusty Mackerel.
The Rusty Mackerel was incredibly comfortable, and it was also an Irish pub with like the most authentically Irish atmosphere that you can imagine from an Irish pub.
Yeah.
It was so cool to be in this traditional Irish pub and then also be staying there.
Mhm.
So every night we would go back and we ate mainly there every single day.
Mhm.
So it was so cool to go back and be able to like have a couple drinks after a long hike or something and then go straight to bed, walk to your room and go straight to bed. It was just so cool.
Yeah. Like you said, great atmosphere. They had like 2 or 3 lit fires in there, peat fires in there that we got to cozy up next to on the
Yeah.
cold nights and have an Irish coffee, have a Guinness, some local beers. And then a couple nights there was traditional music sessions going on. Bartenders were super nice. All the workers were really nice.
Yeah. It was really an amazing vibe. I would stay here over and over and over again if I could.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a popular place. I have seen it talked about on our social medias when we stayed there. People commented, stayed there, loved it. Just saw one this morning. I was responding to someone's comment of they were just there after us and they loved it as well. So
Mm-hmm.
popular place. If you're going to County Donegal, if you're going to Teelin, great base camp.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. And then if you have a car, you can just drive around, find the spots that you want to go to.
Mhm.
And they're all somewhat close.
Mhm.
All of the like hiking trails and all of that we went to, it was somewhat close.
Yeah. Yeah. We weren't driving all that far. I mean, you can obviously drive further for other things, which we did.
Yeah.
But like the Slieve League, one of the most popular things about County Donegal and up there near Teelin was what, 5-10 minutes away?
Yeah. Very, very close.
Mhm.
And also the Rusty Mackerel had amazing food.
Oh, delicious food.
I was shocked at the quality of food in this little Irish pub.
Mhm.
It was so good. Some of the highlights would be the vegetarian breakfast, the smoked salmon and eggs, which you really like smoked salmon. I'm not a huge fan, so I didn't try that, but you said it was really good.
Really good smoked salmon. Yep.
The Guinness beef stew. Oh my God. This Guinness beef stew paired with a Guinness. Insane combo. So good.
Done.
Yeah. Especially after a long hiking day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, it was. Also, the chicken sandwich we had that same night.
Oh.
That chicken sandwich was fried to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It was so like tender and juicy and just so delicious. And the seasoning in the breading of the chicken was just insane. It was so good. The fish and chips. I really haven't met a fish and chips that I don't like. So there's that. But I mean, it was really good.
Good classic.
You did like the fish and chips here, didn't you?
I did. And I'm more of kind of like fish and chips can hit or miss. This was a good fish and chips.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. The duck breast in maple syrup glaze. Oh my God. This one was like, it was like a sweet duck, if you can imagine that. Very sweet glaze and almost caramelized on the duck.
Yeah. Yeah.
The duck breast. Very good. The full Irish breakfast
Of course.
and the pancakes.
Yeah.
The pancakes were my favorite breakfast, I think.
We're going to continue mentioning pancakes throughout the review because the pancakes on this trip were delicious.
They were so good. And I'm a pancake girl. I
Oh,
love a good pancake.
you and me are both on the same page with like breakfast usually, like French toast, pancakes, like little kind of sweetness, little carby to start your day. Love it.
Yeah. So some of our ventures outside of the Rusty Mackerel, we went for coffee in this cute little coffee truck.
Not mini bus, but like minivan.
Yeah, we'll put a picture in here if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, you can find it on our website. This was Brew and Through, and it had really good coffee.
Delicious coffee.
I was actually quite surprised by how delicious the coffee was here in Ireland.
It was great.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And I did start listening to people in the comments. So if you felt rage baited by my comment about the lattes in New Zealand being weak, I'm so sorry. That was not rage bait. That is my own ignorance coming through about coffee because I was strictly a latte girly. And I realized that at home I have been drinking flat whites.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've been ordering flat whites. Thank you all for the comments. You can stop, but thank you. I'm so sorry that I rage baited you. Anyways.
You have definitely evolved into flat whites. Your taste has definitely changed from a latte to flat whites.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't know enough about coffee to know that that's what I was doing. But yeah. So anyways, thank you all for educating me. I also want to mention the sweater shop where we got a handmade wool sweater that actually fits both of us and that looks good on both of us. And we love it. The sweater shop's name is Roseanne. Rosssan. Really incredible store. The woman who helped us out there was so nice. Oh my God, I loved her. She was so sweet. Really great quality stuff.
Oh, amazing. Hand knit. She was working on stuff while we were there. It's been owned and run by her family for generations. They've survived out in, the edge of the peninsula of Donegal up there. And it was a great place for us to stop after we did one of our hikes.
Yeah, I think they also do shipping. I did see that they ship.
Yep.
So if you want a good quality wool sweater that's handmade in Ireland, check them out.
Yeah, we saw them on our way back. Well, we actually saw it on the way to Silver Strand, one of the hikes we did.
Silver Strand was so beautiful. It was like a beach where you walk down like 6 or 7 flights of stairs.
Pretty tall. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of stairs. And then you're down at the beach and you're surrounded by cliffs, ocean, sheep. And it's just the most amazing feeling. You're like, holy shit, yeah, I'm in Ireland. It's like what you might envision Ireland to look like. Like, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. You get right up to the ocean. Definitely don't want to go swimming down there, I don't think.
Those waves were
no,
intense.
and pretty hefty rocks, so you could get yourself in trouble. But like you said, beautiful, stunning, lots of locals down there with dogs, so it's a cute beach.
Yeah, we met some dogs.
Yeah.
Really loved it. It was so windy this day. But then this same day, we went over to the Slieve League, and it was way too windy to hike up these cliffs.
Yeah.
We were not about that. And also, I had seen some pictures of this hike, and I was like, nope, not for me. I am not hiking while there's a cliff literally right next to me, and one wrong step, and I'm done. I did not feel like that today.
Plus, it was like severe wind warnings. So it was like, take caution. There's so much wind.
Yeah. People were hiking it.
Yeah, just wasn't for us. We still got to see it. Was beautiful, was stunning. Glad we were there.
It was absolutely stunning. I wish I would have captured better photos of it, but it was just so cloudy and dark.
And then the next day, we did our kind of like half day, longer hike for this section of our trip. We did the, oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Glencolmcille Tower Loop.
Yeah.
It's GLENCOLUMCILLE Tower Loop.
Again, another very windy day, but this hike was so fun.
It was so fun. We had a blast kind of playing in the wind, which I haven't done in a long time. And it kind of brought out our inner child a little bit because like we walked up to the tower and you stepped out from behind the tower and all of a sudden there was so much wind on you and it just looked like you were about to float away.
I swear if I would have taken off the backpack and jumped in the air, I could have floated away.
Oh my gosh. Which is scary because there was a cliff right there.
There was. We didn't get anywhere near the edge of the cliff because of how windy it was. It was whipping pretty good, but it was such a good hike because we were first down in the valley where it was calm, walked through small towns, some like little farms, walked up the switchbacks.
Yeah.
On the way there was a fantastic viewpoint with a bench.
Yeah. Oh, I'll always remember sitting on that bench with you. Honestly, I feel like I could have sat there with you forever. It was so gorgeous. It was just such a beautiful moment. And I feel like on this hike specifically, we connected really well. Like I look back at this hike and I'm like, I felt so connected to you in that moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel similarly, but that's how I look back on it.
Yeah, same. Absolutely. So after the bench, we continued the hike up to the tower. We had to walk through a whole herd of sheep.
Yeah, we made a lot of sheep friends here. Lots of sheep friends.
I don't know if they were our friends, but we walked through a lot of sheep.
They were my friends. Whatever. Yeah, it was really fun. And we kind of had to dodge some sheep at times, like, oh, I don't want to get too close to you.
Mhm.
So we're going to walk around.
And they were totally fine.
Yeah.
No issues.
At the top of like the peak,
Mhm.
it was so beautiful too. I remember looking out at the water and we're at like the highest point and it was just so stunning.
Yeah,
It felt so good too.
it did.
It
And
was a little cold.
it was a little cool. Not too bad though. And the hike wasn't along like any cliff edges, minus when we walked out to the tower point, and then you could decide how far you wanted to go. So it was a very safe hike for a windy day.
Yeah, agreed. Then on the way down, we had met some donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, these donkeys were so sweet.
They wanted to be pet, it seemed like, or at least talk to us, because they stood right up by the gate and just waited for us to take pictures and stuff. They were cute.
They were so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I want a donkey.
But
Yeah.
an absolutely fantastic hike.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would say maybe not quite as picturesque as the upper lower lake
Yeah,
in our previous episode that we talked about.
I agree. I think that the one spot at the bench
Mm-hmm.
was maybe as picturesque, but the hike as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. It was still beautiful. Would recommend.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
agreed. We also went to the Croithli Distillery
Mm-hmm.
and tasted whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually learned that whiskey in Ireland is distinguished from Scottish whiskey by removing the E in the spelling.
Yeah.
So Irish whiskey does not have an E in whiskey, and Scottish whiskey has an E in
Mhm.
whiskey.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. We learned that. And then we learned so much about that distillery that was really cool. Like the history of the building.
Yeah. It used to be a rug company, and then it was the Croithli dolls. If you know what the Croithli dolls are, they did have some dolls around
Mhm.
from when it was the factory.
Yeah.
But they were creepy.
Yeah. They were definitely a little creepy, but interesting history of the building, as well as the rug factory. Like a very prominent rug factory. They said that rugs were sold and are currently in Taj Mahal,
Yeah.
as well as the White House. And I mean, the distillery tour as a whole was really fun. It was a drive quite a ways north of where we were. So I didn't really get to do too much of the tasting just because definitely not drinking and driving.
Yeah. So I did a lot of the tasting and I was feeling pretty good. The whiskey was amazing. Our tour guide was so nice and sweet, and he took us around the entire distillery, kind of explained what the process was, had us taste along the way.
Mhm.
So we actually got to taste whiskey before it had sat in a barrel.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend. It's not great, but
Just a super high concentration.
Yeah. it was kind of cool to be able to do that and then see like how it's made and how the Croithli Distillery really distinguishes itself aside from other distilleries in the area.
Oh, yeah. They had bought and converted 3 copper stills from a cognac distillery that was shutting down because these copper stills are made in a very similar shape and style, but they're so expensive. So to save money, similar to updating this warehouse to make it fit what their needs were, they bought these copper stills. I think it was from a cognac company in France, I believe they talked about.
Yeah.
That was super cool. Apparently, there are a bunch of small distilleries that still use the copper still method. Some of the larger ones have upgraded to steel or done something different.
Yeah, it was really cool to see
Mhm.
because we've done distillery tours before,
Mm-hmm.
and I really haven't seen a lot of copper stills, so
No.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And our tour guide's name, I just saw it on a picture. His name was Paul. So,
Paul was nice.
Yeah.
Our final dinner in Donegal was a drive to Killybegs at the Anderson Boathouse, which several people had recommended to us.
Mhm.
And they were only open, I think they were open on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, maybe Saturdays too. They had some limited hours, so we had to wait until our last day to go here. It was incredible. It was really good food, and the service was really nice. It was a bit pricey
Mhm.
for what you're getting. I think it was worth it. We had got a mushroom soup, brie stuffed chicken in a brandy reduction, sea bass, and a crepe with vanilla ice cream inside.
Mhm.
Also delicious. I really loved the brie stuffed chicken. It was so creamy, and the brandy reduction really wasn't too strong of a flavor, which I appreciated because it really allowed the brie to kind of come forward.
Yeah, come through. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good.
The mushroom soup was like a amuse bouche that they gave us,
Yeah,
and that was delicious. Amazing. The whole meal was fantastic. Really enjoyed it.
yeah,
Mm.
for sure. What was your favorite thing about County Donegal?
It is such a kind of like untouched feeling to the area.
Yeah,
You have Killybegs, which is highly populated. It's kind of like a small city. But for where we were and kind of went around, lots of very small, spread out like houses and businesses that gave the whole place a lot of openness to it.
yeah.
So it felt very rugged. I liked that. I liked all the scenery, the cliffs, just the nature.
It was gorgeous. It really was.
What about you?
Genuinely really loved the Rusty Mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the hikes and the beauty everywhere is also up there, but you already took that. So I'm going to say the Rusty Mackerel because it was such a good vibe in there. I had so much fun every single night sitting down at that bar stool in the local Irish pub and having a Guinness. It's really what I imagined
Yeah.
going to Ireland would be like. So I think because it took my imagination and made it real,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it's my favorite part. It really it's indescribable. The feeling that you get there, it's just so cozy and comfortable, and it's warm on a cold day. And I just loved it.
Yeah. And they were doing some outside work there as well. While we were at the Rusty Mackerel, it seemed like they were building an extended indoor, outdoor patio seating area, it might have been. So business must be good, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. Would you live here?
When we were walking around and looking at it, it would be a similar feeling to how I described Laura, which is it would definitely be a different life than what we have imagined for ourselves. I could live there. I don't know if I would be happy for the rest of my life there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's just so untouched, and there is a community, but it's spread out.
I do feel like I got the feeling here more than I got the feeling in Laura. I don't necessarily see us here. I think there were moments when we were driving along and we saw some houses and they're just by a beautiful cliff, and we're like, I could live there. Like, it's just so gorgeous. I don't know. It's hard to say. Was it the same feeling I got in Portree? No.
Yeah, again, the community, I think the size is the factor.
I agree. Like, we like a small town, but that small it makes things challenging. Like,
Yeah.
there's not access to healthcare. There's not, a lot of different things, but it makes you feel kind of secluded and closer to the people that you do have around, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. It restricts you a little more. Like, there is access to healthcare. It's just further away. There is access to this stuff, just not directly there.
Yeah.
Teelin seems just like a very small area with some houses and a couple bars, but it's very spread out. So it's not like you can live in one spot and then just walk, a minute from place to place
Yeah.
like you would in a big city.
So did you say if you got the feeling here or not?
Not the feeling, not the magical, I want to live here feeling.
Okay.
No, I'd come back several times and visit. Plenty of people said like, oh, you got to go to Northern Ireland and visit the Giant's Causeway and Belfast. And we just didn't get to do that because our rental wasn't registered for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We will have to go back, and definitely I want to visit Belfast, and I want to go to the Titanic Museum. That would be so cool. But I agree. I think that it would be really difficult to actually live there. It is gorgeous though, and I would visit again and again and stay at the Rusty Mackerel.
What kind of tips then for people traveling there? Do you have any tips or anything or suggestions?
I would probably say when you're driving there, you want to make sure you're driving when it's still daytime out.
For sure.
Because that's scary. I would also say be flexible in your schedule. If you want to do a hike, you might get to do it. But also the weather in Ireland, sometimes it might be unsafe to do it. And that's okay. It'll be okay if you don't hike the Slieve League. It really will. It's better to have you safe than to be able to say you did that, right? Which is like an ego thing, because I really wanted to say that we hiked that, right? But I also was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that. Not on this day when it's so windy. And no, not doing it. So just be safe and check the hours of places, because some places have unique hours. I think those are my tips. What are yours?
Rusty Mackerel is great. If you don't get a chance to stay there, go there for dinner, go for breakfast, get a pint there. They have a Guinness stamp for the foam on top, so they created different designs each time we had a Guinness. That was fun.
That was so cool.
There are just so many hikes around Donegal. If you talk to locals, which when we did get to do, they're like, oh, you got to go here, got to go here, got to go here. Talk to locals. They might introduce you to a new spot that isn't on the maps or easily accessible through maps. Enjoy it for what it is. It's a vast open space where you can go and explore nature.
Yeah.
And we went in off season and they got some boat tours and stuff out there, which would have been fun to do.
But they were closed because we were there in off season. So
yeah, just a great stop on our trip. Love Donegal, love Teelin. Would highly recommend.
If you're going to Ireland, I think you would miss out if you didn't go to County Donegal.
Yeah. Lots more of this trip we need to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. So next episode, we are going to be talking about Clifton. But first, we will talk about our stay in the castle where we stayed for one night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at WSMH Travels.
You can listen to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. YouTube is where we post our video record version, where we include pictures and videos from our trips. Also, please keep on including comments and sending us messages for suggestions on future trips and what you thought of our current trips. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.